Do you know why we're here?
Oh, we've got,
What? Do you know why we're here?
is this for the show?
What? What show?
Are you gonna? Is this how you're gonna start? Was that you starting? Or are you gonna
Maybe.
do a welcome?
It depends if you answer the question.
All right then. Can you ask it again? I can't remember it.
Okay. What did I ask? Do you know what? Do you know?
So why we're here?
Yeah. Why are we here?
I've no idea.
Yes, you do.
No, it's something to do with
Something to do with film.
films.
Yeah.
Rubbish films.
Well, let's not. We've not seen them. Or have
Okay.
we? Have we?
I don't know. I don't know what they are.
Where
It's
are
mystery
they?
films.
Where are the films?
I don't know. Where are the films?
Well, I'll show you where the films
Are
are.
they under the table?
No, don't be silly. So, you take that.
Oh, hello. There's special effects I didn't know about.
Yeah. So we're gonna unveil the window of why.
Ooh.
It's not that exciting, to be honest.
Well, look, I've got a piece of string
Piece of
and a
string.
curtain.
Yeah.
I've got power.
No expense is spared. No
Excuse me.
expense spared. You ain't got the hiccups. Yeah. You've been boozing again.
I know.
Right. Yeah. So here we go then.
You count
Ready?
down?
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, can I look now? Oh. Smooth.
Right. So
this end.
that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you've got. Anyway, don't worry. So yes, here we are. We've
Can I
got.
look at them now?
You can look at them now. Yes. Let's look at them together. So
Okay.
we've got here film 1. If you'd like to read out film 1.
Warriors, conquerors, heroes. The Barbarian Brothers as the Barbarians.
I know. I can see you're suitably impressed.
I don't think that film could live up to that amazing title.
Well, the thing about that is, okay, so I know nothing about these films apart from one
Okay.
or two. I know one other fact about one other film. But are the Barbarian Brothers actually called the Barbarian Brothers?
Are they like
Is that their real name?
Tim and
Tim and Dave.
yeah,
Tim and Dave Barbarian. Yeah. What were their parents called?
Keith.
Yeah, for the mum.
Yeah.
And Mary
Yep.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Jemima.
Jemima Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, Jemima Barbarian. There's a joke in there somewhere. Right, so I don't know anything about this. So apart from, I'm pretty sure they're all from the 80s.
Right. They look 80s.
They do look very 80s, don't they?
Yes.
So I'll read number 2. So this is an age undreamed of, an age of fantasy and magic, of swords and sorcery. Sorceress.
Right. Okay. And she's got some kind of
Sword.
I don't know. Is this
She's a
is this
sorceress.
politically correct here?
What is that?
I don't know.
What, this branch?
No. This figure here.
He looks like an ape man.
Right. Okay.
Ape man with an axe.
Yeah.
That looks like a chimerian or a chimerian.
Right. I thought flying lion.
Yeah, or a flying lion. That looks like a serpent.
Yeah.
If that's the sorceress, why has she got a sword?
Yeah. Because it's swords and sorceress. See.
No, but it's just called sorceress.
Yeah, but it says swords and sorcery
Oh,
up
okay.
there.
Okay, but normally a sorceress doesn't use a sword.
Well, maybe she's breaking the mould.
Exactly. A go-getter, a trendsetter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Of the sword and sandals variety.
Yeah.
So what have we got next?
Masters of the Universe.
Excellent.
Yes, but I thought it was a cartoon.
It was a cartoon, but for the cinematic pleasure of the audience of the 80s, we had this guy here. This is one I know a little bit about. This is Dolph Lundgren. Is that his name?
I don't know.
Don't you know?
No.
Have you seen this?
No.
No. Have you seen that one?
No.
No. Have you seen that one?
No.
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 Are you into fantasy?
No.
Then what are you doing
I'm not
here?
that into films,
What are
to
you
be
doing?
honest.
He just dragged you off the
It's
street.
the Star Wars of the 80s.
I know!
I thought Star Wars was in the 80s.
Yes, it was. So clearly that's a lie. Well, technically the first Star Wars came out in 77, I think. 78, 77.
Right.
And then you had the next one, which was Empire Strikes Back in 81, I'd like to say.
Go on then.
Okay, it was in 81. Then, I think, Return of the Jedi was 83.
Right, okay.
Don't leave comment. Oh, it was 82. Don't do that. I can look it up. So, as film 3, the Star Wars, that's a big tagline to live up to.
It is?
Yeah.
So was this before the cartoon or after the cartoon?
This was...
And the Masters of the Universe!
This was after the cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, so this must have been late 80s, I reckon.
Right.
Definitely after the cartoon. Definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
So yes, so it's basically saying we're usurping actual Star Wars.
Yep.
To become the Star Wars of the 80s.
Yes, they're boasting this film is better than Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many sequels did that produce?
I don't know. Masters of the Multiverse?
Yeah.
Mistresses of the Universe?
I like it. Masters of the Maltesers.
Yep.
That's normally on your fourth sequel. It's a bit shoddy.
Yeah.
Well, who knows how far you can go from that already.
PhD of the Universe.
Oh, look at that. It's one for your intellects. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure it's funny. Then we got film 4.
Oh, okay.
I'll read this one. So film 1 is the Barbarians. You could probably read that yourself. Then is this here? It says a lusty epic of revenge and magic, Dungeons and Dragons. Surely there's copyright there. Wizards and witches, damsels and desire. A warrior caught between. Caught between what?
So, and a warrior. Caught between all of these things.
Oh my God, he's in trouble.
Mm.
So, well, I'm assuming it's a bloke. Don't always assume that because look, she's feisty. This one is the Sword and the Sorcerer.
Ah.
Can you see?
So it is a male.
That's very close.
Yes.
Yeah. So that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So it's a male. Yeah. So again, though, there's a serpent between the woman's legs. Can you see a theme? Maybe it's the same artist that did that. Then we got this bloke here. It looks like Darth Maul.
Yes. I know who that is.
Oh, clever. Yeah. You sure?
Yes, because
Okay.
that's one of the only Star Wars films I've seen.
Yeah. Is that the only one? No.
No, I've seen them now. I've seen the 3.
Yeah. But you started with the
Original.
worst one, didn't you?
Apparently so.
The Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, yes.
Why?
Because it was the first one.
No, but you never... Anyway, do you want to read film number 5?
Number 5, The Devil's Sword, starring
Yeah.
Barry Prima.
Barry Prima.
Sex, savagery, and mystical martial arts. An astounding voyage into the unknown.
Into the unknown. I feel that was actually at the script meeting. They hadn't got a clue, had they? It's like, where's the script? Well, it's a voyage into the unknown, to be honest.
That one scares me the most so far.
It does, doesn't it? Why? Because Barry Prima's in it.
No.
Barry, if you're watching...
There's an alligator and then some kind of standing up tortoise. That's not natural.
Well, clearly for Barry it is. It's probably a will in a day's work. It's called The Devil's Sword. I don't know if we announced that. The Devil's Sword. Oh yeah, I think you read it. Okay, then film number 6 is Hercules. Hercules. So obviously that is a classic, as in the myth.
Yep.
Do you know who this guy is? How do you pronounce his name?
Lou Ferrigno?
Lou Ferrigno. I think you're right with that. I'm not sure. Yeah, Lou Ferrigno. If my memory serves right, do you remember the Incredible Hulk in the 80s?
I mean, I hadn't seen it, but I remember of it.
Not seen
I know of it.
Were you too busy studying for school? Is this what was happening here? Because I can see a trend here.
I know. We watched Mary Poppins.
Oh, bless. Well, at the cinema? No.
No. No, because I was in like the 40s or something. No,
Was it?
60s.
No, 60s, wasn't it?
Okay,
Yeah,
still.
60s. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he played the Incredible Hulk. So when
Okay.
the character, is it Bruce Banner or David Banner? I think it was both. I think one was, yeah, who am I asking? You over there. Oi. It was both apparently. David Banner, Bruce Banner. I think one was the cartoon, and then for the TV show they changed that. It doesn't matter, does it? But this guy here, Louis Theroux, what's his name? Ferrigno.
Yeah.
He was the Incredible Hulk. So when he changed, he was the Hulk. So they didn't use CGI, but they didn't have it back then. They didn't use special effects. It was just a bloke painted green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had spaceships in ancient Greece.
Well,
That's
clearly they do. We've got no other information on that apart from it's the cult movie collection, part of the cult movie. Whoever's movie collection that is, it's probably my neighbour's.
Yeah.
He just wrote on there, it's in my cult collection. But I did as a child. I wanted to impress a lady when I was about 12. I've told you this already.
You've told me this, yes. 12? You were younger than 12.
Was I?
I don't know. I think when you told me, you said you were younger than 12.
I think, I was trying to say, maybe I was 16. No, I think I was about 8 or 9. Let's say that. But I got felt tips out. Started doing myself green. But I did it at night time after I'd gone to bed. We went to bed, turned the light off, so I sort of did that. So A, it was patchy. B, it was permanent marker. And C, the girl knocked on the door with her family the next day. And I thought in my mind, yeah, it's all right. I'll go downstairs. I'll go around the hole. I'll lift her up, and then I'll go carry her upstairs, bounce her on the bed. I'm 8 years old. I'm not going to do anything else.
That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Bounce her on the
That's
bed.
the most fun.
Then
you could have in a bed.
Yeah, exactly. Even now, when you're an adult, then catch her, and then take her downstairs again, and put her downstairs and go. Rrr.
Yeah.
Because women are impressed by that, aren't you?
That's all women want.
So.
Really is.
I got to the top of the stairs when they came in. I heard them knock on the door. They came in, and I went. Rrr! Went downstairs. Went to lift her up. I couldn't lift her up.
Well, probably she was also resisting.
Probably.
Because she was thinking, "What the hell are you doing? You weird green mutant."
Shh, cover your ears. I know. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's a picture, Ken. That's not. So yeah, so I sort of went. Rrr, and then went back upstairs. But because it was permanent marker, I had the green all over me for 3 weeks. I went to school like it. Mum, she didn't let me off. I had to go into school.
Quite right.
So that is film number 6. So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll a dice. Okay.
That's not a dice.
Oh.
Come on.
Shall I sack you right now?
How long have you been doing this?
Roll a die.
Yes.
Then. Oh, come here with my PhD. We're going to roll a die, and then whichever number it comes up, we will watch.
Oh gosh, I hope it's not 5.
Yeah. So, okay, which one would you like it to be? And there isn't a 0 on there. What tickles your fancy?
Well, obviously this is my favourite kind of film anyway, so
what would you
I'd
prefer,
be
Downton Abbey?
delighted.
Is that what you want?
Delighted with any of them.
Because that's what you won't get.
I'll plump for 1 or 3.
So the Barbarians.
Just to see the credits at the end, see if it is.
See if they really. Yeah. Though they look quite similar, unless it's the same bloke. It could just be the same bloke, and they cleverly, stitch it together, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Could be. It's a gimmick. It's the old gimmick. So you want number 1 or number 3, Master of the Universe, because you kind of know that.
Want is a strong word.
It is a little bit. But if I'm torturing you with this, which torture number would you prefer?
Yeah, I'll go for
3.
1. Yeah.
And why 3 though?
I suppose just because it's a bit familiar.
A bit familiar. You know the cartoons.
I feel a bit more safe.
Yeah. Did you watch the cartoon then?
Not really, but I know of it.
No, that'll do. Ah.
I had a She-Ra book.
Did you?
Was she in
She-Ra?
Masters of the Universe?
Yeah. Was she? No.
Or was that the horse?
No, She-Ra was a woman.
But she had a
He-Man.
horse.
Oh, no,
Oh,
it's
that
He-Man.
That is He-Man.
That is
isn't it?
He-Man, yeah. Yeah, so She-Ra,
'Cause
yes,
there's grey-
they made a
grey
cartoon separate She-Ra.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I must have watched that.
Yeah.
I had a book.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't watch it, I just had the book. I don't know.
You just had a book, She-Ra, and it was all...
Princess of Power.
There you go, yeah. What was she mistress of then? The kitchen. It was the 80s. It was the 80s.
I don't know, I'm sure she had some good
She
shoulder
did,
pads.
she had armour, but it was like this skimpy...
Yes.
That's going to do nothing in a battle.
No, no.
To be fair though, look, he's just got a loincloth.
Yeah.
Equal opportunities.
True. Yeah.
And then...
Well, he's got some kind of chest shield.
Yeah, so if you're a bad
He's got
guy...
shoulder pads as well.
Yeah, but look at it, you fool. If you're a bad guy, you just get a crossbow and aim for the stomach.
Yeah.
5 minutes long that could be, that film. I'm hoping. Which one do you not want? I'm sensing I think I know. Do you not want them?
Yeah, I'm scared by the Devil's Sword. For all sorts of reasons, I think.
But Barry might be brilliant in it.
Barry Prima might be...
Yeah.
Are these both Barry?
I don't know. Let's hope so. Double Barry, double vision.
Now, which are you secretly hoping
Double
for?
value. Well, now you've said it. I don't know. To be honest, I am quite curious about the double brothers here, the Barbarians.
Yeah.
Because that can't be real. The Barbarian... Unless it really is, like, they just met the director in a pub once and went, what? Your name's Barbarian? We've got to put you in a film. Because
Yeah.
otherwise... You know, the point is, did they get that gig simply because of their name?
Their physique might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah. Either the Barbarians or Hercules, because I want to see Louis Ferrigno
Okay.
giving it all. Basically
Yeah.
being the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
The one, yeah, this one might be a bit scary. This one maybe looks a bit adult, and we're just children.
Yes. I'm not ready for that.
Not ready. We're not ready for sex savagery. But although mystical martial arts and a standing up tortoise, did you say?
Well, yes. True. I don't know what's going on here.
They're like lizard people.
But I'm a
aren't they?
bit concerned that this is going to be involved in the sex and savagery.
Oh. Nobody wants that. do they?
Nobody wants to see
We
that.
can always fast forward, can we?
I don't know. Can we? You made the rules.
There are no rules.
Okay, then yes. Do we have to even watch?
Yeah, I thought you could just go, right then, see you later, I'm off. So, would you like to do the honours of rolling the dice?
I think I can bear the responsibility.
Well, I know, but that's why I thought if it's a good one, hooray! But if it's a bad one, I can blame you.
Blame me.
Okay, so, yeah, pick up the dice, off you go.
Ready to roll?
Yeah, what do I want? Number 1 or number 6? Here we go then. Oh, it's number 5!
Oh no!
It's number 5!
Oh.
All I'm saying is it was your fault.
You numbered the films.
You...
Yeah, this is
No.
entirely. You chose the 6.
Yeah, what do you mean?
You chose the 6 films.
Oh, I see, I chose the 6 films. Yeah, but
And numbered them.
Yeah, but you rolled
And
the dice.
provided the dice. Die.
It looks like we were dicing with death. And we lost.
Woo!
Oh.
Now, an hour and 41 minutes
Oh.
of my life. I'll never get back.
Yeah, but you know what? Why do you want it back when you've experienced such delights? Yeah.
We've made it to the other side. Let's start with a positive.
Yes, we did watch it. We watched the
we
film.
watched it to the end.
What's your impressions? What's going
I
on?
feel like I've been penetrated with the devil's sword.
Ah.
I've been violated somehow by the awfulness of this film.
Well, yeah, it's an interesting film. It's one of those films where you think...
No, it's not interesting. It's actually really dull.
It was pretty dull. It was one of those films where, okay, there are certain types of films, aren't there? There are excellent films where you think, wow, that's fantastic. I love the characters. I loved the stories. I loved the, you know.
Yeah, and you get really kind of taken in and absorbed and involved.
Then on the opposite scale, though, there are so bad, you know, it's good films that you kind of just find other ways to enjoy the film.
Yes.
It's just hilarious, you know.
Yes.
And it's so bad that it actually then flips and is good.
Yeah.
This, unfortunately,
this was just bad.
Yeah, it just falls into the net. It's more of a
Yeah.
It's neither. You know, it's not ambitious enough for it to fail spectacularly on the budget they had, and it's not. It's not brilliant enough. You know, it's not brilliant enough to go, wow, that was a really good film. So you're just left with.
Meh.
Yeah.
I've not seen a lot of films like that.
No, nor have I.
I'm glad to say, but I'm not. But even in that kind of, I'm not seeing that many bad films.
Mm.
And I think one of the worst thing about it was the pace, because and the just the repetitiveness of the fight scenes and what was going on.
Yeah.
It was just dull.
And I think that's a good place
very,
to
very
start
slow.
in sort of some respects, because it's like expectations of a film. If you know stuff about a film, you might have certain expectations about it.
Mm.
If you know nothing about the film, like we knew nothing about the film,
apart from the
poster that says sex, savagery, and mystical martial arts, an astounding voyage into the unknown. Well, neither was it astounding.
No.
Or pretty much unknown.
Well, I mean, we did wonder what the hell was going on. Several times.
Yeah. I think the thing is, basically, for me, it's a martial arts film set in a fantasy world, rather than being fantasy that has a bit of fighting in it.
Yeah.
And I think you might be somebody that enjoys fantasy and martial arts. I'm not one of those people.
I'm not one of those people.
So it does just become a series of events that happens. You don't care about the characters, you don't care about the story.
Yeah.
And therefore it just seems like it's to do with fighting. So if you like action fighty films...
You right?
Bit of a burp. That's the film repeating on me, on itself.
That's terrible.
Then this is the sort of film that you would be drawn to, but I would argue, is it a good enough film for if you're a fan of martial arts to go, oh wow, that was amazing, I've never seen anything like that.
I know nothing about martial arts, so I don't know whether that was good martial arts that we saw.
But you know that it wasn't good in terms of like the fighting and everything.
No, I don't know, but I don't think so.
You didn't believe the fighting, did you?
No.
Care about the characters, you don't care about the story,
Yeah.
and therefore it just seems like it's to do with fighting.
Birdie num num.
So if you like action fighty films,
You right?
bit of a burp. That's the film repeating on me, on itself.
That's terrible.
Then this is the sort of film that you would be drawn to, but I would argue, is it a good enough film for if you're a fan of martial arts to go, oh wow, that was amazing, I've never seen anything like that.
I know nothing about martial arts, so I don't know whether that was good martial arts that we saw.
But you know that it wasn't good in terms of like the fighting and everything.
No, I don't know, but
Yeah, so it's got a background here, just like the better-known character Jacob Sam, protagonist of the film is taken from a comic book. The 1987 film Mandela, Dario Sangalo, Mandela from the Snake River, a sequel to The Devil's Sword.
There's another one.
There's another one.
Oh,
it did so well. It's an adaptation of the cartoon. I don't know what that word means. Eponymous?
Eponymous.
Eponymous. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Who cares? The main difference between the two characters is that Mandela is a warrior from mythical pre-Islamic times of the archipelago, while Jake Samba is a Muslim and West Javanese freedom fighter against Dutch colonial rule. Okay, so that never came across.
No. So what they've made?
Yeah.
One cartoon, one comic book.
One comic
about
book.
This Jake Assember.
Yeah.
He wasn't in that.
I don't think so. No.
And so this is the kind of non-Muslim equivalent.
This is, yeah, I guess so. So what's the plot then? Basically,
I'm not sure. I know.
It was a lot of MacGuffin. So basically, there's the Devil's Sword, and we found out later that the Devil's Sword is in a cave.
Yes.
We thought there was a guy, Mandela, called Mandela, one sword. He only had one sword because the evil warrior had two swords. So we kind of knew them as two swords and one sword.
Yeah, Mandala.
Mandala. Not Mandela.
Not Nelson Mandela.
Do you know what? That would have been a much better film.
Yeah.
If they'd put Nelson Mandela.
Possibly less fighting.
Yeah.
Which would have been a better film.
Absolutely. And so it's basically it's a mysterious metallic substance fell from the earth at the beginning.
Yeah. That's right.
And that's where I thought, oh, it was a little bit sci-fi.
Yeah, a little bit Superman coming to Earth.
Yeah, and then they create this mystic creates this sword.
Yeah.
Presumably hides it in a cave.
Yes, because his hut fell down.
Yeah.
So maybe he thought,
but why
maybe I should hide this.
Yeah, but why make a sword if you're going to hide it? Why not just bury the stuff, that metallic stuff, then, if it's dangerous?
Maybe he didn't know until he made the sword that it was dangerous.
Oh, right. And then it's like, oh, I better do something about this.
Yeah.
Let's hide it in a cave.
Let's hide it in a cave.
Yeah.
And draw a map.
Yeah, and then draw a map to then give it to somebody, his pupil, who happened to be the master of Johnny One Sword. Yeah. Yeah. And then... Yeah, but then there's the queen, the evil queen that lives under the ground.
You are a good and faithful servant, Banu Jaga. And you know my taste. Well done.
My queen, is there anything else I can do for you? I'm yours to command in any way that you desire.
Fine.
She's a crocodile queen.
Yeah.
That happens to be the devil herself.
Yes.
So Satan.
The devil incarnate.
Yeah. And she's just sitting around
in a bikini.
Yeah.
In a glittery bikini.
Yeah.
Having people pleasure her. I think that's the most sanitary way of saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know about the word sanitary. But it's a classic case of a film where characters have no real motivation. And there's no real plot. There's no real thing going on. Like, it's very easy to pick the plot apart.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
it was just, it made no sense, and not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a funny way.
Yeah.
So it was frustrating. It's just one of those things. And like you say, the pacing. 80s films have that pacing.
Ridiculously slow.
Yeah, but a good 80s film, you won't notice it. So, for example, I'm pretty sure Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom came out in 80s, didn't it? 84 or 89? It was in the 80s, and that is a great film. But it still had that sort of pacing. But you have to... What it failed to do is have characters that you actually care about.
Yeah, I cared about none of them.
Yeah.
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 Apart from the horse.
Yes. We liked the horse.
We did like the horse.
We wanted more adventures with the horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Death was quite cool.
Death was good.
Yeah.
Okay, death was probably the best thing in the film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Death, a little triangle hat.
Yeah.
It's like a Chinese death, I guess.
Chinese death,
Yeah,
yeah.
which was great. And he came on his little boat,
Yeah.
came over.
Yeah, and he magically steered the boat straight ahead despite only paddling on one side.
Yeah. Should have gone round in a circle.
Exactly.
Death can do anything.
Death can do anything.
Yeah.
So I quite like Death.
Yeah. Death was probably the best thing in it.
Yeah.
So maybe they could have just focused on Death. Just what he did afterwards. Where does he go after he's paddled back and forth?
But even that was a bit confusing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. It kind of had the illusion of, you know, you're going to the underworld or something.
Yeah.
But you weren't. You were just going to a mountain.
Yeah. So it didn't quite make sense. Again, it was sort of taking from other mythologies and kind of putting stuff in just to kind of make it look interesting. And we'll just put this from that mythology. A lot of it reminded me of Monkey Magic. I don't know, you didn't really see that,
No, I
did
didn't
you?
see that.
That first egg was named Thought. Tathagata Buddha, the father Buddha, said, "With our thoughts, we make the world." Elemental forces caused the egg to hatch. From it then came a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was irrepressible.
I love to fight! Born from an egg on the mountain top. He knew every magic.
Yeah, it was I was going to say it was a kids thing, but it kind of was aimed at kids, I think. But it was based on the monkey, the ancient text.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know that as a kid. As a kid, it was great because there was all sort of, there was Pixie, there was Chiputaka, there was Monkey, was this monkey man who had special powers. He was, and then a cloud would appear. He had a stick. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of magic. But you cared about the characters. They actually had a mission to do. They got into scrapes each episode.
Yeah.
But it was of that ilk, and it was of that sort of budget, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. They've not gone into the budget here. Normally on a film Wikipedia page, it comes into, it sort of says the budget and how much they made. They've quite conveniently not put that on.
No.
So that's what I mean by I'm okay with martial arts, but as long as it's actually got a story in the characters. It just seemed to be like, just put more fighting in, fighting in.
What can we do to make this scene even longer?
Yeah.
Just everybody fights.
Yeah.
Well, one by one.
And so the plot seems to be that this is, one by one. That's the annoying thing about it. You've got 30 blokes or women, and they're fighting one person, but they all take it in turns.
Yep. Yeah.
So would that happen in real life? I'm not sure. The director wanted to, do like an action fantasy Sword and Samuels. Yeah, Sword and Samuels. I can't say it. Sandals. Sandals.
What is sandals?
Yeah.
Is that what you were trying to say?
Hey. Like Conan the Barbarian. It's that kind of thing. You've not seen Conan the Barbarian?
Oh no, I've not heard of Sword and Sandals.
Why have I invited you on here?
No, there's not many people you get to sit through that.
That is true. That is the only reason why you're here.
Yeah.
So it's like Conan the Barbarian, where it's a big muscular barbarian. They go out and they rescue the princess, or they get, and it's very, for me, it's not my favourite type of fantasy. But if it's done well, I'm up for it. But if it's not, then it just falls flat. So that's, I think, what the director was trying to achieve.
Right.
But because you're not invested in the characters, it would have been good if they'd opened up and you're just kind of with a character for, say, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and you get to know them.
Yeah,
and you
get to know them.
and you get to know them. You get to know how they're living, and you get to know their struggle, and then you get to know what they're going to try and achieve throughout the film. Then you get to, it's the classic 3-arc, structure, and then you kind of get to know what's going to block them, what they're going to have to overcome. Then you go into the next phase where they try to overcome it, and it fails. Try again, fails, try again, and then something else comes in, and they, and then you there's the resolution in the final act because something else happens. So they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Does that make sense?
I was just
You've
having
zoned out.
flashbacks to the
To what?
to the bit where he has to chop that man's legs off. That didn't further the plot.
No, but that's the problem with it. It was, yeah, so it was the master. So there was this brave warrior, Johnny One Sword. He then gets a call from his master saying, "Oh, come back! I'm injured. I've been in a fight. I've been injured." So then he goes back, and he's been poisoned, I think it is.
Yeah.
So he goes, "I can't rescue you, I'm afraid." He goes out and gets some magic mushrooms.
And then, yeah, just
grounds
in
it
case
down.
we hadn't understood what
Yeah.
that meant, they then did a 15-minute flashback to the man getting
his legs
his
injured.
legs injured.
Yeah. So it was like the 4 other warriors that had teamed up. That's the bizarre thing about it. They team up and say, "Yeah, we're teaming up." Maybe they just meant we're teaming up against this master. Because then when they get the four evil
yeah.
warriors, they team up against this master. And then, the next time we meet them all, they're all at the cave trying to get this sword, going, "Ha ha, I'm getting the sword, I'm getting the sword," and they're all against each other. So maybe they meant that wasn't clear.
Stupid fool! Tuh.
But then, yeah, so we see him getting his legs injured. He then has to amputate his legs, but then there's no relevance. Maybe it's just to show the hero that he's kind and considerate.
And he will do as much as he can to
Yeah.
rescue somebody.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe.
But I don't know. It just, yeah.
It was rubbish.
Well, okay. I don't know. I always try to be kind to films because
Okay, let's be
making
kind.
films is a very difficult business to do.
Yeah.
It does take a lot of effort. It does take a lot of planning. It takes an immense amount of people to make a big feature film like that. Unless you do it on a real low budget and you spend 10 years making it, because that's when you can do it. But to
Yeah.
try and make a film is hugely, difficult. And you have countless problems. Like there's a hair. Just at the top of the screen there's like a hair. Every now and again there's a hair in certain clips, and you think, okay, so all the shots, we know when all of those shots were filmed
Yeah.
on one, in
Yeah.
a 3-hour session, but they've just forgot to clean the lens a bit, and there's a hair hanging down. And instantly that takes you out of the story.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, it's really difficult. So I'd like to be a bit generous. So the good things are, some of the big main piece set where the Queen's lair is the Devil's lair, that's a big piece set. That looks all right. It was okay. It did look a bit shoddy.
Yeah, it
But-
was the 80s, and I
Yeah.
suppose, because I've not seen any other films in that genre, if there are any other films in this genre.
Oh, yes. You're in for a treat.
Is that quite good for that sort of
No.
production
Well,
at that time?
this is what I want to explore, because I seem to avoid bad films throughout my life. I
I
seem
don't
to...
know why. Why would you avoid bad
Yeah.
films?
Well, no,
What's wrong with you?
I seem to have a radar that I kind of can sense, not to say I've not seen a bad film, but I just have a good instinct, I think, of what I would find interesting and funny and good, or not necessarily funny, but, a good film.
Yeah.
So I kind of avoided those, but I did start watching Sword and Sandal films when I was about 15, 16, and I started watching Beast Slayer and stuff like that, and even then I wasn't overly impressed by them.
Okay.
And it's like, is there a decent, are decent fantasy films actually being made? And I want to know, over time, has there been? So the
Yeah.
only way to find out is by watching all this sort of stuff. Now, instantly, I look at the poster, and I think, that's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
But should you judge a book by its cover? Or in this case, a film by its cover? There are some great
Yes.
fantasy films, but I don't
the
know.
answer.
I don't know what the percentage is. are most fantasy films good versus bad? You know, there's been some shocking ones over the years, apparently, but I've not seen them. I want to delve into the murky basket of fantasy hell. The laundry basket of fantasy.
The dirty laundry basket.
Yeah, the soiled fantasy films. Maybe that's what we should call this.
Yeah.
So the big question is then, where do we kind of put it? Is it Hall of Shame? I don't know what the criteria is, or the Walk of Shame. Okay, would you want it in your collection?
No.
Would you want to get rid of it?
Yes.
Okay, so in that case, then for you, it's the Walk of Shame.
Yeah, it's going out the door. Just turn around now. You are not welcome anymore.
Not welcome anymore. For many reasons.
Sorry, Barry Prima.
Yeah, Barry. It was Barry Prima. It was his big. He was the.
Yeah.
He must have been
He
the
was
Johnny.
Mandala.
Ah, okay. Good old
Johnny
Barry.
Mansword.
Yeah, the acting was terrible.
Yeah, it was dubbed.
It was dubbed, but that's that's not a bad thing. I don't think that spoiled our enjoyment of it.
No, but I mean, their acting may have come across better if.
Oh,
if
it
we'd
could have done.
heard
Yeah,
if we were...
but I think everything was on the same level.
Yeah.
You know, so there wasn't like quick, come quickly.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
It was
That's
like,
it. Yeah.
come quickly.
Yeah.
Or it could have been, here's a drink. I greet you.
Pause.
Long pause.
Careful. Keep your wits about you.
So any situation was always done on the same level. There
Yeah.
wasn't peaks
Yeah.
and troughs within the acting.
Yeah. No, not at all.
So and when everybody entered a room, they just walked in very slowly.
Yeah.
And it was like, is this meant to be menacing?
Yeah.
You know, you've got to
Yeah.
change up the pace.
Yeah.
You know.
As in when the four baddies were deciding to fight each other. And that conversation was long and painful.
Yeah.
You will see. So shall we do this then?
Yeah.
Yes, we shall do this. Right.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to be ready soon
Yeah.
to fight you.
Yeah.
Well. What do we have here? Two old warriors in the same location for the exact same reason. Wanna play around a little?
Enough, old woman. What are you up to? I didn't come here just to listen to your feeble attempts at humor. I think you're trying to discourage me, is that it? From finding the devil's sword, right?
I think it says it all. That there's one review, and it's from a website that's called www.internalbleeding.net.
Okay. I think
that says it
we
all.
both suffer from that.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry,
Devil
Barry.
Swords. You're coming with us. You're out the door. Come on.
I'm
on,
coming
get up.
too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Come on. There we are. Yeah, Devil's Sword. Unfortunately, you didn't make it the Hall of Shame. You're in.
Not even the Hall of Shame.
Yeah, so if you'd like to lift it up. In you go.
Okay, it can be recycled.
Yeah, it's not even good enough to be recycled.
Ah.
That's just in the bin.